Oh. Okay. Okay. Woohoo. You guys are going to have to bear with me just a little bit. Okay. This is really my first day to really work on using this new video system to record my lectures. And so, anyways, just kind of seeing how it works. We are actually going to talk about our syllabus today and just kind of introductory to the class this week. Actually, we'll talk about our syllabus tomorrow. But anyways, as you can see, still pregnant at this point, but hopefully by the time that you guys see this video in the fall, I won't be, because I would be long past due by then. So anyways, welcome to class. Hopefully you guys are getting settled in. I know that this format is going to be just a little bit odd for the year. Let me zoom in a little so you guys can. There we go. Sorry, it's going to take me a little bit to get used to this new video. Anyways, yeah, it's going to be kind of an odd year, and we're all just going to have to be flexible. There's a sign on my door that says "Be flexible," and I mean it, because it's going to be kind of a learning process because this is new. And so the way that class is going to work is I will be with you guys in class starting next week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. At this point, I'm scheduled to have the baby on July 1st, and that should put me back at school for, let's see, on September 1st. So that should be kind of where we, actually not September 1st, it'll be September 2nd. Hopefully none of us will be here September 1st. So that'll put me back at school September 2nd. So this is the only week you won't really see me at all for you guys. So just so that you know, it won't be quite this crazy all the time.
Teachers, pardon this interruption. At this time, I need those teachers that are helping at graduation. All teachers that are and staff that are helping with graduation need to report it to the gym at this time.
Anyway, so this is how it's going to work. I really, to be quite honest with you guys, I wanted to be home more with the new baby and with Hannah. And so I actually had decided that I was just going to work at the hospital part-time. And anyway, so talked to the administration, and we got this worked out where I can still work part-time. And I really enjoy this job. This is what I love. I am a registered nurse, but I really do love this job. And so I'm really excited that they made a way for it to work out, and I hope that it is successful. I want it to be, and I want you guys to um, learn and be successful. And so we can, if there's something that's not working, if there's something that's going on as we're going through this from your end, let me know. I mean, be respectful about it, but let me know, because, there's always adjustments that can be made, but we're all going to have to be very flexible with how this works. Um, a little bit about this class. This is Anatomy and Physiology, and it is a hard class, probably one of the hardest classes you'll take this year. It requires a lot of study time, a whole lot of study time, and it just does. It requires a lot. It requires a lot of outside class time. You'll have homework, but most importantly, you have to study. You can't study for an hour before the test in this class and still expect to pass it. I've had people very shocked at some of the grades that they made in here. And the material is hard. And the thing about anatomy and physiology is that you've only learned very, very, very minute amounts about this class in your previous classes. And the last time you heard it was in biology your freshman year. So it's going to be, it's just going to be a lot of new information. It's going to be a lot of information. We do use the textbooks in this class, and I'm not a huge fan of just using textbooks, but the textbook for this class is really good. I think it explains really well. I think it explains at a level that is challenging for you guys, but not so challenging that it should be way over your head. I will always encourage you to read the chapter that we're working in, because I won't require it, because the truth is I was in high school and I never did my reading. And but knowing what I know now and what I know going to college, if I would have made a practice of reading the chapters that we were going through while I was in school, I would have been so much more successful, and I would have learned a lot more. So I will always encourage you to do that. I want you to do that, because I can tell you right now, the tests that we use for this class are from the material in the book. I add in some of my own questions, but a lot of the questions come from the teacher's manual that I have that goes with the book. So the book is something that you're going to need to read and go through and so forth. We do lots of vocabulary, which again I know is kind of a monotonous type of work, but the truth is, when you go through vocabulary in the book, it requires that you read to get the context of whatever your vocabulary term is about. And that's why I make you do the vocabulary, because at least you get in that much reading. When you do vocabulary, don't look up the words on Google unless you're absolutely lost and you really need help. Do your best not to look at them in the index. Again, if you get stuck, of course, use the index. But I think that you'll learn best and you'll be more successful if you can read information around that term and determine what it means from that. Anyways, that's kind of a side note. But yes, I'm Miss Bird. For if there's any of you guys who don't know me, I am a registered nurse. I also have my teaching certificate. I went back and did coursework a few years ago to get my teaching certificate. So I'm certified in health science, technology, the career and technology field, and then I am, which covers this anatomy and physiology class, and I'm also certified to teach 4 through 8 science. So I do have my bachelor's degree in nursing, bachelor's of science in nursing. It's from Baylor University. I graduated from there in 2006. I worked for a little while actually right after I graduated, I went overseas and worked in a very rural, way out in the middle of nowhere clinic in Ethiopia for 3 months. And then I came back and I started to work at Children's Medical Center in the emergency room. I worked there for almost a year and then moved back to Cooper, got married, or moved back to Cooper to get married. Let me rephrase that. And because I never thought I'd come back to Cooper. And so got a job up at Cooper Home Health, and I worked there for I guess, 3 years. Yeah, 3.5 years. When I left working full time there, I was the assistant director of nurses of the skilled unit in the in that company. And then when they called, Mr. Kaiser called.
Jamarcus Brown, come to the office, please.
Mr. Kaiser called and said that they had this job come open and would I be interested? So I went up and talked to him, and sure enough, that's what I wanted to do, and I loved it. So I'm happy to be here. I'm excited that we are that you guys are in this class, and I think it will go well. I have very high expectations for my students, so it's really important to me that you guys have respect for me, have respect for each other. The equipment in here, we do a lot of labs and a lot of activities, and if you guys can't handle it, we won't do that. But I want us to be able to do those things. And I won't be here a lot of days that you will be doing activities or labs, and it's going to be really important that you guys can handle that. You're plenty old enough to be able to do that and act maturely in this class, but I need you guys to do that. Otherwise, we won't be able to do the activities and labs. So, and that's something that we need to do. I think you guys need to do to learn it. I think it helps. It makes this class really enjoyable, and that's what makes this class fun, are the labs and the things that we do. So we'll do some dissections. I like to do like single organ dissections instead of like a whole cat or something like that. So we will do that probably on into next semesters when we'll get to some of those. We have lots of labs and activities between now and then. So be ready for that. Every week, just to give you guys an idea, every week you will get a weekly paper, okay? And it has basically our lesson plan for the week. Now, I give you this for a couple of reasons. One, of course, I am only going to be here 2 days a week, so I want you guys to know what's going on. This is the same thing that whoever, I don't know who yet at this point, in June, which is when I'm recording this, I don't know who's going to be in here with you guys yet, but they'll get this same paper. I'll just have some extra notes on it to tell where to find things or whatever. But you'll get this every week, and this tells you what you're missing, if you're absent, this is what you refer to. If it says that you're missing the quiz, then you need to come in sometime. There's an absent folder. This black folder right over here is that's where all the absent work and extras will be kept. So you just grab it out of there, take it, turn it in, right? Late or absent at the top of it or whatever. So that's where you'll find those forms, papers. And that's up to you guys, okay? Now, here's my thing. Late policy is late policy, and we'll talk about that when we get to the syllabus tomorrow. But anyways, that's what you get this for those 2 reasons. One, it helps us all to stay organized and stay on the same page. You know when things are due. I shouldn't have to remind you 10,000 times. Okay, this is what's going to tell you what you missed, what's due, what you can expect for the next day. So that's what this is it. Okay. So if you don't get one of these on Monday, if you were absent on Monday, you know on Tuesday you need to get this thing so you can figure out what you missed. I will not give you absent work. It will be in there. I'm not going to give you this paper. I'm not going to hunt you down to give it to you. The thing is, I'm not even going to know who's here and wasn't here unless I check attendance every day, unless I check previous attendance every day, which is probably not. I'm not going to have time to do. So if you miss something, it's your responsibility to get it. So today I want you guys to, I'm sure she is already showing you, on these tongue depressors. I just want you guys to write your name on one end of them, and they'll go in these cups up here, and what will happen is we answer questions in class. I just draw names. Anytime we do group work, which is quite frequently, I like group work. I think it's real world. I think it applies to the real world, and so we do it a lot. But that's how I will always pick groups. It'll just be random. I'll pick sticks and go with those names. On your index card, there should be something on the board that tells you what to write out. These I just use one that's got your parent contact information, what class you're in here. And then these I use a lot for like discipline, if there's something going on discipline-wise, or if I've warned you or whatever. This is where I make my notes for that. So fill that out, and then there's a little getting to know you sheet. And that's just so I can get to know you guys better. If you've already filled one out in another class, don't worry about it. Some of you guys will have me multiple times a day, and I only need one card. I only need one index card. Whoa. I only need one index card, and I only need one getting to know you sheet. So that's kind of that. I think that's it, actually. So I'll let you guys work on that stuff. I do want to give you guys my email, because I should access my email every day. So if you got a question about something that is class related, but I'm not here to answer, I'll be happy to do that for you, but you just need to send the email to my school email, and that is at kbyrd, K-B-Y-R-D, at Cooper, oh my gosh, I said Cooper. I only say Cooper because whenever I tell people on the phone what it is, I have to say it that way, at cooperisd.net. So, yeah, kbyrd at cooperisd.net. So if you have a question about something, please feel free to send it that way. Other than that, the instructor will have my phone number. If she has any questions, she can always call. But yeah, we'll work that out. It'll be fun. It'll be good. It'll be an interesting year. Just get prepared now to study, because it's a hard class. I promise this class will prepare you for whenever you guys get to anatomy in college. Generally speaking, my students in the past have done very well at A&P when they got to college. And that's when it really matters, because, we went to visit a physical therapy assistant program over at Northeast Texas. And she said that their anatomy and physiology grades are 15% of their points in their point system to get into the program. So, you need to make an A in anatomy to get into programs like that. And the same goes for nursing. It's very competitive, and you need to do well. And that's why I'm telling you, learn it now this year, so that whenever you get into that class next year or the next, you will already have a really good basis for that information. I promise it will benefit you, but you've got to put in the effort, and you've got to put in the work. Okay, it's going to be hard. So just prep for that. And anyways, I'll see you guys later.